Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Colouring Book Club. Just making sure everything is okay here. Yep, looking good. Okay. Good morning to you, Pan. Hope you had a good week. I hope you had a good week too. Okay. Just warming up here. Yeah, everything looks okay. All right. So we are doing part 3, Dark Fairy Tales by Kirby. Hansel and Gretel, page 83. Yeah, page 83, part 3. Well, okay. Let me see now. I might just zoom in a little bit. Good morning to you, Brittany. You're up nice and early. You're with us nice and early. Thank you for being here, darling. All right. Yeah, we're ready. Sorry, just warming up. Got half an hour early, had the shower, got everything done, fed the cat, and all that sort of stuff. So I'm ready to get on with the day. And it's pretty grey and a bit windy and yucky out there just before spring hits. So perfect day for doing art. So I was just playing around before stream and I'm not really keen. I think a bit yellow for my liking on his chest. So I'm just going to get the eraser and just lighten it up a bit. But because of the print is shadowing, it looks like he's got a hairy chest. Anyway, just gently going over that just to bring it back a bit. I just think it's a little bit yellowish. Alright. Let's rock and roll. Yes, it was the ochre. I don't think I will use it. So I have got Granite Rose 493, Brown Ochre 037, Cream 491 and Umber 049, all in the Padway. So now that I've brought that back a bit, anyway, that doesn't matter, it will do. So I did a light coat, which I'm doing again, in the Granite Rose, just a bit of pink for the base, and then I did a little bit of brown ochre for the shading up on his sleeve, and very lightly, because umber's a dark colour, I just lightly went over the top of that in the shadow. And then when I come down to his fingers, I'm just going to test out this colour. Very light coat. So the US has the Open. US Open is on for the next 2 weeks. It's on at 1 o'clock in the morning until 6 in the morning and continues from 6 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon. So if there's nothing on telly, you can watch tennis all day, every day. So it's nice to be able to get up first thing in the morning and know that there's something on telly worth watching. So I hope everyone's had a good week. Do you know how weird it is when you get up and you first start streaming and you're talking, you feel like you're talking to yourself, and then when, you know, you warm up and get into it, you feel like people are there because you're in chat and everything. But when you first start, it's a bit, it's like you're talking to yourself. It's a bit weird. But anyway, So yeah, bit of light umber. But like I said, it is a dark colour, so I'm just doing it lightly. So like I said, I hope everyone's had a really good week. Just fed my cat his dinner time. Food, or need to body him on the scale tomorrow and weigh myself afterwards and subtract both numbers to get an estimate how much he weighed. Fit leads him like 14 pounds instead of 15. Good morning to you, Sherry. You're here nice and early too, girl. Hope you've had a good week. There's free tennis channel here on YouTube that may keep up with the US Open better than I can keep up with it. It is weird, especially when you're doing an upload, laugh out loud. Went to the state fair with the hubby Sunday. It was awesome. Oh, cool. You have all rides and everything that you can go and spin around on and make yourself feel sick. I used to go to the show with mum and dad, and it's like, come on, and they're like, no. I could never understand it. It's like, oh, never be like that. And then in 1998, when I was doing my horse massage course, we went to the Royal Melbourne show, and we ended up going on a couple of rides. Oh no, one of the girls ran out of money or something, I can't remember, so I shouted her onto a ride or whatever. And I was going to get some fairy floss and some waffles and stuff on the way through, and I got off that ride and there was no waffles, no fairy floss, and I was at one end and I had to walk through the other to get to the car. And it was a straight walk, straight through, out the gate, into the car. I felt green. And it's like, now I understand what mum and dad were talking about. It's like, like you get older and the equilibrium, you know, and the fluid in your ears and the imbalance, and no, I get where they're coming from now. I think that was probably the last ride I've ever been on. And then 2011, I went to the Royal Melbourne show, and it was crap. They'd taken because it used to be, they used to do harness racing on every Saturday night, and trotters and paces and stuff. Anyway, and there were, you know, covered stands and all that sort of stuff. They'd taken that away. There was no grand parade. You got the horses all over here in their stalls, and, you know, they got their workout area where they're all fighting to lunge their horses and everything. And then straight across the road, you've got the main arena where they do the grand parade, which wasn't happening. And you got these monster trucks and that going around, and yet you got all these horses over here that they're trying to work, and, you know, they're highly strung. Like, some of the bloody feeds they put them on is just, they're just show horses. They're not endurance, they're not race horses. They don't need so much bloody energy. But anyway, it was just ridiculous. It was just stupid. And they used to have, you know, like as a kid growing up, they'd have different areas with horses. They had horses, Clydesdales and things like that over this side of the show, and then over this side of the show they had another workout area, and they had show horses there, and they had them in another place. You know, they were, anyway, now they're all jammed up in this one area, 5 o'clock in the morning, you know, and they're still putting up temporary stables and stuff. And people, you know, 5 o'clock in the morning, they're washing their horses and platting them up and getting them ready. And people couldn't even sleep because they're banging and clanging all night, putting up their shelters still. It was just, yeah, and I thought, never again. And usually you could go and, you know, spend a day, and then you could go back the next day and still go through everything and not see everything. I covered it in about half a day. It was, all the show bags were in the one pavilion. They weren't spaced out everywhere, and, you know, like the alleys and that, like playing, you know, your clowns and all, you know, all your games and stuff. It was just all in the one area. Oh, it's horrible. I said never again. They just destroyed it. just absolutely ruined it. And you couldn't walk through up and down the aisles where the cows, and walk up and down the aisle, and you got the cows sitting in their stall on the hay, and you could give her a pat on the rump, and if that, none of that. That was all gone. You couldn't walk through. They had barriers up, and it was horrible, 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 horrible. Did you see the Ferris wheel pic I posted? I think I saw you with some food. Oh, we didn't do that. Hubby can't, and it was too expensive. Yeah. Ferris wheels are cool though. Yeah, they had two. They had a smaller one and a bigger one, and we've got like what do you call it? Moomba as well on the Yarra River in Melbourne and everything. They have rides, and it's sort of like a mini. All rides and different things going on, and I wouldn't go on the big one. I've been on the smaller one a couple of times, but not the big one. I'm not allowed to take my cat's tunnel away from my bedroom since did that earlier today, and he decided to bite me on the lower left leg for a while. I was screaming to him to get off me. Well, he was letting you know, wasn't he? Good morning, dear Diane. Thank you for being here. Hope you had a great week. Sorry. Going to test of such fickle behaviour from cats. Yeah, no. If Wes goes to bite me or he's in a mood or something, it's like, no. And he sort of twists the head a bit. He knows not to. I'm sorry, I didn't hear what was wrong. Royal Melbourne show. Hi, everyone. Diane. Yeah, the Royal Melbourne show. Just, they ruined it. Horrible. When my mum and dad were kids growing up, and as I was growing up, little and everything, the show bags were chocolate blanc, and you'd get sample teddy bear biscuits and all sorts of stuff, samples of different things, and and they used to, like, show bags 10, 20 cents, 50 cents and all this sort of stuff. And now you get bugger all in them. Half of it's just junk. And cost you $5, $10 or more. And there's just plastic junk in there, But I was lucky. I'd come home with armfuls of show bags, and we'd get home, and then I'd sit on the lounge room floor and open them all up and mine everything out of the bags, and I used to love it. It was great. But now, ridiculous. One of the ladies that does the journaling, Tracy Fox, she's created some stamps, and the delivery, she can't deliver to America at the moment. She can to Australia, and they're mushrooms, they're toadstools too. They're really good stamps. There's 3 different lots, but yeah, one of them's got mushrooms and stuff on it, and the stamp itself was $32 something, I think, and the postage was $34 something for one sheet clear plastic rubber stamps. $32 and $34 for delivery. Yeah, no, not happening. So she can't deliver to the US at the moment because of what's going on, and she did a video last night trying to explain what was going on, DPU and all. She was a wealth of information. Like, she was very good. She said she recorded it about 100 times. But just the greed in this world, and other country, you can get it in Australia on Etsy, but you can only get it, she's from UK, so you can only get it in a shop if you live in the UK. Otherwise you have to go to Etsy. Of course, they want their fees and everything, and think they're trying to help her out for delivery and stuff like that, but it's a flat fee of $80 or something, worst scenario, to get them delivered to the US, which is just for a clear rubber stamp, set of stamps. $80 flat fee, let alone buying the stamps. Insane. Insane. So I'm just doing light layer upon layer here and building it up. I don't want to go too dark. Then I have a couple of shadows in there. And at the moment I'm using brown ochre. It's like watercolour paint, you can add more on, but if you go too dark too quick, trying to get it off, like I did with the neck. So I'm just going a bit darker up under this. It's giving him a bit of, like he's a nasty little kid. Generally it would be nasty, but she's a witch and, you know, she eats kids, so, you know, good luck to her. Far out. Post is absolutely crazy. Yeah, I really, really dislike our clown. I really, really dislike our clown in charge. So I will just leave it there. Oh, yep, I know what you're talking about. Yep. Took me a minute. I was like, what? I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know. Yesterday, I broke down and bought a 16 colour jelly roll glazed job, and since it was the only website still selling them, and I used online coupon code, but I was only ever able to. He does look like a nasty boy. I'm going to make him look even nastier. Yeah, I know, Sherry, I know what you're talking about. My girlfriend loves him, and it's like, yeah, well, you don't live in America, and have to put up with it, you know. Anyway, yeah. So just adding a bit of colour here and there, a bit of white umber. Just go over with a bit of pink. So I suppose you've got the fire, and not, well, I suppose there's fire on the other side of this cauldron, but, you know, the shadows and just giving it that spooky sort of creepy, nasty boy kind of look. Well, she hasn't got a very pleasant face either. She's a bit of a little cow. But like I said, you know, the witch eats kids, so she's getting what she deserves, I guess. Yeah, doing skin is not one of my favourite things to colour, that's for sure. Layer upon layer upon layer, building it up. Oops. I covered up the cream. Smooth that out a bit. So it's been a pretty mixed week for me. Been a good week, but there's been a couple of crappy moments. Makes my brain hurt. Just this wondering Japanese securities discontinue adding the jelly roll because of weird tariffs our president has put on countries outside the USA. Now, I don't know, but how it affects the rest of the world, Brittany. Like, or they're just, I don't know why they discontinue them if they're popular. The cost of making them, I don't know. I bought this full set of gel, 164 pens. So pretty. Now waiting for a case to store them. Go, Pam. Wow. 164. So I was a very naughty girl. I got 6 orders coming. Now 5. I bought 2 are only really small. I did a bit of research, I hunted around for and found a couple of shops. One's in Melbourne, and I'm buying Easter egg dye powders. So I've got a set of 6 there that came, and that's got red, orange, yellow, blue, purple and pink. And then I found a Greek shop in Melbourne, and I've got another red, a green, a yellow and blue, I think it is, and I'm waiting on them to turn up. They're on their way now. So the first lot I ordered last Thursday, I got them yesterday, very quick. Very happy with that. Nice prompt delivery. This might be a bit dark, so I'll just use it lightly. Bordeaux red. Can't even tell. Really? But because his mouth is just like, there's a fair bit of black print. Oh, focus eyes. Like he's smiling. His teeth in there. Well, I should have left it the way it was. Scratch that off. Just the side of his teeth there, he's smiling, he's doing what he's enjoying what he's doing. Back out again, wherever it went. So he's got a bit of, it's not just black in there. I should have left it when I first put it on, it looked better. But anyway. Just the outline of his lips now. A bit weird. That'll do. I can just see his teeth. And his eyes. Well, I'll sharpen that up. I heard they were really all that they are cracked up to be, but I haven't actually tried them. Meant weren't. Just going over the bottom eyeline. Bit of brown around his eyes, just for a bit of colour. And then I'll get the black pen for his pupils and put them back in. There we go. Okay, yep, that's given these eyes some life. All right. Might maybe skid at that, I'm not sure. Yeah, so I was a very naughty girl. 5, 6 orders coming. Now 5, because one's here. I've got 16 pairs of scissors coming from Temu. 16 pairs of scissors. 16? Jeez, nuts. Well, I have a pair, I call them, growing up as a kid, I call them crocodile scissors. They're actually pinking shears, which are my mum's that she used to use for, you know, dressmaking and stuff. But I always called them crocodile scissors. I thought, I didn't know what they were called back then, but I still think they should be called crocodile scissors. Where they get pink from, I'll never know, because you don't cut the paper and it turns pink. I don't want to call them pinking shears. But anyway, so I've got a pair of those because, you know, the other ones are my mum's and very old, and I probably have, I know I have cut paper a couple of times with them over the years. You don't use your fabric scissors with paper. So I'll keep the old set for paper, and I've got a new set coming that I will use for fabric. Then I found this little set. They're only little scissors, but there's 12 of them in the set, and they've got all different, you know, edging patterns and stuff. So I ordered them, and I got these from Aldi, a set of 5 of them, and the very tip of them, I've probably ruined them more. They don't actually meet. So when you're fussy cutting on tiny areas, they're horrible. I'd rather use these are better than these for little areas. Anyway, so, and then I got the pliers and I tried to meet them up, and I'm not sure, but I think I've snapped the very, very tiny tip off the end of them. They don't quite meet up the very tip. So these are crap. The other ones are alright. They're alright for general cutting, but the very tip of them, yeah, not very happy with them. So I've got 2, they're only $1.76 or something and $1.68 or something. So I've got 2 different scissors, and I'll try them and see if I can fussy cut little areas with them. So I've got them coming. So that's 16. Set of 12. My pinking shears, and the other 2. So yes, 16 pairs of scissors. They work like a dream, Sherry. I've been using them all week. I heard they were streaky. Good morning to you, Emily. Thank you for being here, darling. Welcome. Everyone, make sure you make sure you feel Emily. Make Emily feel welcome. Yeah, I got that out eventually. So, also from a book journaling and that, I wanted to get some wax seals. So that started on another tangent. So, and of course, you need your little cauldron to heat up. I've got a ton of little tea light candles, so that's good. So a little cauldron to heat up, and then the little spoon to melt the wax. And then you need this actual stamp and the handles and stuff, so I got them coming. And I saw, that's a bit streaky, I saw these sticker books, and they look amazing, and they're clear, and it's a big book. So I went hunting for that. I found them eventually on Journal Dream. Anyway, and there's two lots. One lot was sold out, but the one that I did want, it's all flowers and there's some butterflies in there and a few stamps at the back and stuff. It's a nice book. So $13 from Journal Dream, which is in the USA. That bargain. So I'm smart. I ordered 2. $13 each. I ordered 2. Because they weren't really easy to find. I had to research a bit to find them. Anyway, so yeah, I've got them coming, and a stamp handle and a couple of stamps. From there, 2 embossing folders I think that's all from Journal Dream. Anyway, back to TV scissors and some more wax stamps and some, of course you got to have wax, and then I want that colour and I want that colour, I want that colour. So I've got a heap of wax, different colours coming. Anyway, yep. And then, I don't know. And then I'm watching a journal being made the other night, and I saw that, and I thought, well, I do have a few oxides there, and they're on special at Craft Online at the moment. So, of course, you know, I'm sitting there just chilling out, watching the video, and next minute, you know, I'm on Craft Online looking up the oxides and stuff. It's like, well, they're not a bad price compared to what they usually are. So I've ordered 5 oxide sprays, 2 oxide pads, and because they sell out and everything and they're a good price, I had to get the re-inkers as well to go with the pads. Then I thought, well, I've only got another $8 something, and I can get free delivery, I might as well. So I got the mahogany red oxide, I think, as well. And so I'm like, I bought gathered twigs, and I can't get the re-inker, the bottle. They don't have it at the moment, and I'm not going to another site for delivery just to get the bottle. So anyway, so I got the oxide in the gathered twigs, and I thought, well, seeing that the normal distress here, can't get the refill for it at the moment. I'll get the refill because it's a good price, and it's there at the moment because they're selling out. So I'll grab the re-inker for that as well and be done with it. So now I've got the re-inkers for them as well, so I don't have to worry about that. That'll last me a long time. Yeah, well, I'm not rich by any means, but yes, I've been very, very naughty. So you get those predominantly acrylic gel pens that are more like 0.5 gel pen and not all of the newer Lego 1.0 acrylic pens. Two, yeah, I know, Durham and several glitter, which I love. I got so many I need to use up first, so I will wait till then. Yeah. Yes. Anyway, what else did I get? So I got two lots of egg coloured dyes. I've got Temu, Journal Dream, Craft Online, and then I was out in the garage having a smoke, and it was late, and this is when I do really stupid things. And I was thinking, I thought that machine would be good if I can get the discount on it, a decent discount. I'll get it because I can cure my resin in 2 hours. Because I want to incorporate little resin charms and stuff into my junk journals. Well, if I can do that and have them cured in a couple of hours and not worry about winter and the cold weather because resin doesn't like the cold and all the rest of it, I can get rid of the styro that I've got in the garage, which I kept for a hot water bottle, and you put a cooling rack in there, and you put the resin in there and it cures it quicker. So I can get rid of the styro, so that's taken up storage in the garage, which I don't really want. So I can get rid of that. And I was sitting out there having a smoke, and I'm just condoning myself. And I thought, well, I can resin and cure it, and I don't have to worry about the cold weather, and I'll be done in a couple, 2 or 3 hours, and blah, blah, blah. And so I come inside and found Steve's video and 15% discount. Because you get, sign up now, subscribe, and get 10% discount and that. Well, I'll see what Steve's is. Anyway, and I think it was 15% discount, can't remember. Anyway, I got $29.85 off. That is a decent discount. And it's like, yeah, nah, pretty happy with that. That's pretty cool. So I ordered Resina's cure machine. And it does UV and epoxy, so it's pretty handy, and all different digital temperature, and yeah, pretty cool machine. So I bloody well ordered that. And after my stupidity, I ended up, after a while, I ended up back at the garage having a smoke, and I'm going, stop, enough. I've got everything I need. Use what I've got. Stop, enough. Use everything I've got. I kept running that through my head, and it's like, because I don't know how many times now I've said to myself, stop. Anyway, so, yeah, no more. So that was all fun. So 6 orders coming, 5 orders coming, yeah. Anyway, so had a lot of fun. So I thought I could feel an all-nighter coming on. So yes, I did. Ordered and got my wax and things I need. It's always bloody accessories, you know. You buy something and it's got to have this with that and that. Oh, I need the cauldron to melt the wax, and you need the little spoon, and and then you need the wax, and it's like, oh, look at that colour. Oh, I need that colour. Oh, gold, bronze, quite a few different other colours. So, oh my God. Anyway, so that's that. Then I get a letter. I got my car serviced on the 4th of August, 8th of August, and she said there was a recall on the car or something, blah, blah, blah. And by the time the service and everything was done, I'd forgotten about it. And they couldn't do a computer update or something or other because it wasn't available till September, so I rebooked in for the 4th of September. And then I get a letter yesterday. Then they got a recall on the car, which she did tell me, but it's a decent recall. The pistons in the car can get too hot and blah, 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 and potential, you know, that it won't work or cause an accident or a fire or whatever. And it's like, well, I've got it booked in on the 4th, so now I have to ring and go, do I come in on the 4th? Is the update available or what? And you need to check my car, because if anything happens and I cause an accident or whatever, and I couldn't get it fixed, so I'm driving around a car that's not, you know, 100%, possibly, I'm going to hold you liable. So I have to ring them and find out. Then I get my results from a blood test from a doctor. My vitamin D is really low. So she wants me on 2 vitamin D tablets a day for 3 months, and then 1 a day after that. It's not great, because they're expensive little buggers. Cholesterol's 4.4. Well, that's not as bad as it has been. And pre-diabetic. And I've never had trouble with diabetes and all that sort of stuff. But no, it's like time to stress out. Bloody car, bloody health. I have a lot that are not working and have been bidding them as I come across them. So new set for me. Yep. Yeah, I like the Signo gel pens, but I gave a heap over to the art room. I just took a bag of them and took them over there. I hate the damn thing. And they, you know, your average gel pens are bloody streaky. They look great when they're wet. Pam, I have a brand new jelly roll that won't work. Oh no, I've tried hot water. No. That's great, Heather. It's a great idea to add your resin bits to the journals. Yeah. Yeah, I can incorporate, somehow or another, you can incorporate one thing into another. That's the trouble with them, Sherry. So many don't work. Well, it's less of an issue with the cheaper brands anyway. Yep. I like the Signo gel pens, but, you know, I've talked about that in previous streams recently. I hate colouring big areas with them. It's just, yeah, I'm doing her skin a bit paler than his. So, yes, orders coming, recall on my car, and it's like, I need my bloody car. And it's like, well, you're going to give me a courtesy car because I can't walk far. So, you know, I'm stressing out a bit. And then, yeah, now I've got to get vitamin D tablets, and after stream today I have to ring the doctor and make an appointment, non-urgent. And then I get a message, oh, you have, oh, I can't remember what it was now, something or other. And it's like, yes, I know. I will get to it. It does say non-urgent. So then I was in a cranky mood just afternoon, and I had an all-nighter, so I'd had 2 hours sleep. So yesterday afternoon I had a couple of hours sleep, and I hope I wake up in a better mood than what I'm in at the moment. Anyway, so when I woke up I was better, and it's like, don't worry about it. This will sort itself out, it'll be fine. So, tiny bit of blue. He's got brown eyes. I'll put a bit of blue on her so that you can see it. I'll also darken her pupil back up. Where's my pen? What else do I do? Oh, I hate Facebook with that passion now. I really, really do. I was looking through, scrolling through, and I found this thing, and this lady was asking about, ephemera freebies and all that. Anyway, and there was a comment in there, and it gave a list of about 5 different people that, they're either on YouTube and got a website and do freebie downloads and, digital downloads and all that stuff. So I thought I'll write it down because I might be able to find it again, so I wrote it down. And my own scrappy writing, and one of them I couldn't, it was the Country Mouse or something. Anyway, so I couldn't find it, so I tried to find the post. I couldn't find. The others were really easy; they come up straight away. But this one I couldn't. It kept coming up about the story about the mouse and whatever. And it's like, no, I want the person that does like ephemera and stuff. Couldn't find it, so I went back into Facebook, trying to find this post. And I hate groups as it is, but it's like. Most recent, most relevant, went through all that, did that, spent about an hour and a half trying to find it. And I hate logging into the computer because every time you do, you get an email and you get a message on your iPad. Did you recently log in? Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so I logged in on the computer because you can do more on the computer than your iPad anyway. So I logged in and looking around and trying to find it. Nah, this is why I write it down because you can't bloody find stuff. And anyway, so I gave up on it. But the other ones, especially one of them, I went to a website, looked for the free. Oh my god! Oh, brain overload. There's so many pictures, and really nice too. Just heaps of categories and heaps of free downloads, and it's like, I'm definitely not downloading all that. No. I have so many pictures now from bases like backing and that, and now I've got that. Can't wait to do the Easter egg dye paper because they turn out really cool as well. So yeah, been a busy week. Yeah, I don't know how to get gel pens. I get frustrated with them now. Try my piece of paper and scribble and all that stuff. Not going to work. Not being over it. Not fighting with it. Oh, it's less of an issue. Yeah. Have I got any tips for getting my jelly roll to work? No. Like it's never been used. Yeah, no. Only a replacement. And leave it tip. Leave it in the jar with the tip pointing down so the ink can run down. And because I get air bubbles in them too, the stupid things. Try dragging on the side of the tip and running it under hot water. Neither worked. Don't forget to hit the like button, ladies. Thank you, Sherry. Good morning, Sherry. Yeah, but like ballpoint pens that don't work, you used to be able to go up to a piece of glass and run it on the glass. I don't know if you ever know that one. I used to do it at school. And it would get your ballpoint pen working. There's a trick if you didn't know. I'm just lightly going to go over with Bistro. Yeah, I'm on a roll this morning, more yippy yapping than I am colouring. I hope you're still with us, Emily. Oh, now I keep forgetting to put my mouse. Yep, just making sure. Don't want to get names mixed up. Just can't get it going. Oh, where'd you get it from, Sherry? Can you get a replacement? Because you paid for it. But some, you know, like, if I bought something on Amazon, like a gel pen, and it didn't work, the bloody hassle of returning it and getting another one and everything is just ridiculous. That's where they get you, because you're too lazy to return a gel pen to get another one. Anyway, I want a bit more colour in her face. She's a bit pale. Should have a bit of a glow on her face, really, by rights, because the fire's there. But I don't want to put yellow on it because I just think it, well, I mean, yeah, it needs a bit of glow from the fire. If I put yellow on her face, it might look a bit weird. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this background here. It's got nothing in it. Yeah, I'm still thinking about her skin. If I do this, so it makes her skin look a bit darker. And then I'll screw it right up. Should we use that one or that one? Golden ochre, just for a bit of glow from the fire. And then I'll get a brighter yellow. Which is a canary yellow. So it might look a bit funny, but now I need to went over her eye. Give dark pupils and it gives them that really narky kind of look. And then now that I put the colour on there, and it seems a bit funny, but just bring it back a bit. Because you want the glow there, but you don't want it. So just some of it here. Towards the front, and it just gives it a bit of a glow. Yeah, kind of, it's giving the effect that I wanted, it doesn't. Yeah. Level skin, hopefully. It's all done, yay. I might touch it up later off stream when I've finished. I'll look at it and go, yeah, I can fix that up a bit, stuff that up a bit more. You know what it's like. Can't get it. It's part of the set. Okay, I can't remember when I got it. So if it's not new, it might have dried up a bit. I wonder. I don't know what they are. They're water-based or whatever, but maybe dip it in a bit of isopropyl alcohol for a second. Just the tip, the nib. That might loosen it up a bit. Bit of isopropyl if you've got it. I don't know what it'll do. The pen doesn't work, so if, you know, can't muck it up anymore, can you? Alright. So all that down there is done. That's all done. That's done to there. So her clothes. Now I want to do her clothes in like ugly pinks, not really pretty kind of pinks. There's one. Maybe I'll use Pablo's. That's pink too. It's not really. Red, violet, nah. No, that's too red. I'll go over to Pablo's. That'd be a bit of that. Could always add a bit of grey sort of colour into it or something. Just looking. Anyway, see how we go with these. Cinnamon 189. Medium flesh 131. And that's Polly's, and a Pablo Bordeaux Red 085. Rubbing alcohol, yeah, for your house on the opposing page. It's awesome. Oh, thank you, Sherry. There you go. Like this one. This one looks creepy, and it looks like a reflection in the water. It looks pretty cool, actually. Thank you very much. And there's a little bit of gel pen in here and bits and pieces too, which I don't usually do for colouring. I did a portrait from Krista Carr's yearbook, little photo, and right at the end I stuffed it up. She looks awful there. I bet you didn't, Pam. Send us a photo. I hate it when that happens. You did a great job. Thank you. Thank you very much. Alright, shut up and colour, Hannah. What a jibby jabbing today. Talking gibberish. Must have been the shower. So starting off with the cinnamon. Just a light coat with my coffee. Yep, you know what I'm like when I colour, I'm hopeless. But I'm just looking and it's 9:53, so nearly an hour, and I've done a bit of skin. But I'm going to condone it by saying, you know, skin takes layers and it takes time. Any excuse. try and colour quickly now and make up for some lost time. I want to get onto that good stuff. They had this nice paper. It was really pretty. Clouds, and it had dolphins and had cats that were facing like away from the viewer. And it's rice paper. It was quite pretty. Because I had $1 something to get free delivery, and it's like, well, I'm not getting another ink. What can I get? So I was looking at the clearances and all sorts of stuff, and anyway, I think this was $1.25, so it was still just not much under getting free delivery, but it was under. So I needed something that was $1. I don't know, $1.85, $1 something to get free delivery, and this was a bit under. Anyway, so I look and I go. Anyway, it had clouds and dolphins, and it was rice paper, and it was really pretty, and had these cats which with their backs to the viewer. And then it's like the cats are all in cages, sitting in cages like this thing here, up in the sky. Instead of just having the cat sitting on top of clouds, they were in cages, and it's like, no, I don't want it. It was a bit under anyway. I would have had to have picked another paper, which wasn't a big deal, but it's like, no, they're in cages. I don't want it. And it was really pretty paper. It was nice. What else? Oh, they've got this site called Grabby, and they've got subscription boxes. And they've got different ones. They've got ones for, like, you know, your scrapbooking journals and ephemera and all that sort of stuff. They've got one for art, so you get packets of pens, gel pens, all you know, all sorts of stuff. I can't think what else they've got. Oh, another one I think is for watercolour. There's a few. There's one for ephemera and scrapbooking and, you know, paper and all that sort of stuff. The stickers and all that sort of stuff. One for pens, gel pens, you know, different types of pens and all that sort of stuff. One for watercolour paint and painting and all that sort of stuff. And I think there might be another one, I can't remember. But anyway, I've been in there a couple of times. But what they've done is, you used to get all, like, it's, you know, a decent box and just filled with stuff. You know, you can go and look at YouTube, they got flip through, you know, they got goodie hauls and, you know, going through it all, opening all these bags with stickers and ephemera and die cuts and all sorts of stuff. But what they've done is they've stopped with the bags, and now they've got, like, they're big books, like, they're pretty thick. It's 200 plus pages, and it's got, you know, it's got everything in there. There's wrapping paper in there, there's die cuts, there's stickers, there's, you know, all sorts of stuff in there. But instead of having all these, you know, fun little bags to open and rummage through and go through it all, they've turned them into just books. So it doesn't seem like you're getting as much in the box. I can't remember how, it's in the US. They're in California, and I think they've got a warehouse or something in Asia somewhere or something as well. But yeah, there's quite a few people I don't think they're really happy about getting the... I knew it! Pam. You call that stuffed up? Really? We're our own worst critics. There is nothing wrong with that. It looks gorgeous. It's beautiful. There's nothing wrong with it, girl. She's gorgeous. Looks awful now. Yeah, well, in your eyes it might, but I bet you everyone else that's in chat here loves it. It looks great. There's nothing bloody wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. Anyway, so, yeah, so I was looking at the grabby boxes, and I'm tempted, and I was like, you know, a fair bit of it is like stickers. So, nah. and then I go back and I've had another look, and then you get this email, oh, you know, like, was this something you liked? And I think, oh, that might have been another, I can't remember if it was Grabby or might have been Journal Dream. Is there something that, you know, here's a gift voucher. Is there something that caught your eye? And it's like, my God, you know, I hate it when you go to sites and they're eyeballing you and they know you've been there and, you know, how many hits they get and all that. I hate that. It's just like, I want to go and look. Doesn't mean I really want it, you know. Anyway, so the Grabby, oh, here we go. It shows you. You don't have to subscribe. You can just grab the box. I shouldn't be doing this. I'm not promoting it. Anyway, so many people have been sent, you know, to do a review and all that. How about you send me one Grabby? Grabby, 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 Grabby. There you go for your algorithms. Grabby box. Grabby box. That's another story. Anyway, so yeah, doing reviews. Anyway, you don't have to subscribe. You can just buy the box. And there's other bits and pieces, single bits and pieces, all sorts of stuff. But anyway, this here is the book, 200 plus pages. That's the second book. The first one is like oceanic sort of stuff, and it's nice too. I really was humming and hawing about it. Anyway, so Autumn Palette. So that's the book, and I don't know if you can tell, but you know, it's a thick book, 200 plus pages of all sorts of stuff. So that's, you know, like you get, instead of getting all these bags and stuff, so that's what, you know, look, all the stuff in there, you know, it's pretty good if you add it all up. But then I have seen people say, you know, they go to Temu and they can get the same stuff for half price, you know, like, and I have seen a few things from the boxes and it's like, yeah, you go to cheap Temu and get the same thing. And half this stuff will come from China anyway. But anyway, I forgot when I was going with it. Ah, look at Billy's. This is Sherry's cat. Sorry about the glare. Oh, I'm trying to get away from the light. He's a cutie. Oh, look on his face. He's having a good time. Oh, I think it's good. I mean, I know you can do it, but it's good how you've trained him to go on the lead and that. If you tried to do that to Wesley, he'd be in hospital. You can tell you bits. Anyway, cutie. So anyway, yeah, that's the Grabby boxes. But anyway, I was watching Daniel Cooper do his resin last night, and he was saying it because he kept mentioning a word, something, and he said, oh, it's going to send me over to the cooking channel. Oh, he was talking about olive oil, using oil with resin. Anyway, he said, if I keep, you know, I've said it quite a few times, the algorithms, it'll send me over to cooking channels. So he said, art resin, so it'll bring the algorithms back. That's why I said Grabby box, Grabby box, Grabby box. It's like, there you go, algorithms, send that out there. Can you send me a box to review, please? Anyway, so yeah, just mucking around, but yeah. And I thought, I wonder if the algorithms actually work like that. If you say colouring books, you know, and mention it several times, that the algorithms send it out there and it actually works. So let's try it. Colouring book club, colouring book club, colouring book club, colouring. Oh. No. Junk journal. Sorry, guys. Good morning, Lulu. Thank you for being here, sweetheart. Oh, you've been here for a few minutes. It looks awful. I hate it when it happens. Great job. Hello, all. Good morning to you, B. Thank you for being here, sweetheart. Oh, Heather, I have a hilarious pic of Felix. Would you like it? Of course. I've sent it to you. Beach really honest. Look at eyes, spider eyes. Never even noticed the eyes. The whole overall picture looks great, Pam. Stop knocking it. It looks great. See, lovely Pam. Nice work. Told you. Look at her eyelashes. Stop it. If that's the focus of it, I think it's just fine. There, good morning to you, Lulu. Glad you're here, sweetheart. Lulu, did you see last week's stream? I made a couple of bookcase thingies. They look awesome. And I thought of you because I know you like creepy stuff. And B was gone by then too because she had her daughter. So I hope you had a lovely time with your daughter, B. How many times can you say grabby? Well, a lot, but I don't want to drive you all crazy. But if it's going to get the algorithms out there and they send me a box to review, I'd be happy. My mum, dad and me are having to put things in the closets in 3 bedrooms that absorb moisture and keep mildew away that has appeared and has been running here. Oh dear. Always here in Georgia. I don't know about in USA, but in Australia you can get these thin, they're boxes and they've got stuff inside them and that absorbs moisture and stuff. You might go get them somewhere. Seems the world has been raining. Yeah, we certainly need it here. Oh, I don't like that. It's such a cutie. But a mess too. Gravity glitter acrylic markers and the gravity glitter gel pens have been popular here in the adult colour community on YouTube. Most of these people like the gravity glitter acrylic pens. Yeah, apparently they are good. Better than the gravity glitter gel pens though. Loving the pick and thank you, Lily. Have a cabinet channel here in the USA, but it's very different than the cooking channel in Australia. I missed the end of. Oh, I'm not getting much colouring done, but story of my life. I love them. I showed him last week, but he'd gone by then, I'm pretty sure, B, because I know you like creepy stuff too. And I know Lulu loves creepy stuff. So Tracy Fox, she has her kits and stuff. And I couldn't resist when I saw it. And I saw the chat, I saw her make them. But they're like bookshelves. And some of them are like 3D, like they stick out a bit. Anyway, but I did exactly the same. There's more ephemera that goes with them, but I did exactly what she did. So the skull's like a bit 3D. I don't know if you can't really tell, but yeah, that one's 3D. That one is, the tooth is, and the mummy's arm down here is. But they look awesome. They're really cool. So that one sticks out. That one does, and there's just a bit of cheesecloth underneath them. That one sticks out as well. Yeah, so there was heaps more ephemera, and there was a couple of other, a bigger bookcase. But I love them. They're awesome. Anyway, so I had to make them. But yeah, creepy and cool. Shit, chunky monkey. Let's hope that. When I was on TV the other day, I was going to get another one of these because I love that. But I thought, nah, do I really need it? No, but I love it. And I thought, nah, I'll just have the one, I guess. And I resisted. And it's like, well, sometimes I grab stuff because I get out and it's like, we just had to grab it now. I was like, it was only $1.45. Big deal, you know. But I'd spent enough. And then I found, I don't know, doing something and I found these. There's only 5 of them. Yep, she's still in there. $1.61, and they're for cleaning up your wax seal metal stamps. And they were $1.61 for 5, and I thought, yep, and I thought, there you go, I didn't even know, you know, cleaning them, never thought about that. So I added them onto the list. then I found a hole punch that's got 4 sides to it, and it does like tag angles, and I wanted a hole punch that does the not just holes, you know, I wanted the rectangle hole, like when you get tags when you go shopping up the top when they hang them. Yeah, I wanted the rectangle, the oval. So this one does 4 in 1. So, and that was $13.43. So I added that on as an extra as well. And it's like, oh my God, just bloody stop. Unbelievable. Keep dragging that over. Anyway. So I did cinnamon. This one's middle flesh. Casual house sold she's having in there Thursday till she moves to a new place. Oh, fantastic. Oh, fantastic. So it's finalised, it's all good, I can't back out of it. Awesome. Yes, it is a good thing, but Lulu. Yes, I'm a creepy weirdo, laugh out loud, they're cool. Yeah, I was hoping you might like them. Excellent. Where is her new place? Not sure yet, laugh out loud, but it's hopefully not for long. The place she wants is empty, so we will see. Oh, okay. No money left for a build, hate lifestyle. So much for that. But anyway. Yeah. They haven't got any money either. I don't know what the latest is. I live with my mum for 3 years. We get along like best friends. Well, that's a bonus. We don't have that good a relationship. She's very old, proper English, so very quiet and proper. You're on your best behaviour, B. All the new build home, fortune. Yeah, I feel for the young ones coming up in the world. Oh, yeah, it's crazy. Money cleared yesterday. Oh, awesome. Yeah. Cool. Buying power isn't much these days. No, it's not. And that's what I was saying about Tracy stamps before. $80 flat fee for the USA. But they won't ship to the USA. And if you want to sell them, you have to have a business number, and you got to sell a minimum of 20 a month. And it's like, well, they don't have that capacity. So Etsy is their last hope, and she spoke to Etsy, and they're trying to help them out to sell them. But it's like, you know, you can't sell them to US at the moment. You can't go to a shop and buy them. That's only for UK. You have to go to Etsy. Of course, they want their fees, and it's expensive. It's just greed. Like, just, and other countries as well that she mentioned, the likes of Germany and stuff, they're working on that as well, because of the packaging and something or other. They can't sell them, can't send them there either. It's like, oh, for God's sake, you know, like, it's just ridiculous. Just sell them worldwide. Kaput Mortem, 169. It's just, yeah, this is a dirtyish sort of colour. That's what I want, is like dirty sort of colours, and I might even add a bit of grey into it. It just, like, people, the world, get over it. Sell it worldwide. Stop being greedy. Just, if people want something, oh, there's a poly in the Pablo. Yeah, I might miss that one. Just send it. Like, you know, really. Remember, like, you know, been streaming for a few years now. We'd send stuff to each other, happy mail, and, you know, like, now, cost a fortune. It's just ridiculous. I'd love to be able to make a few, you know, little tiny journals and send them to you guys and all over the world, and just send them, you know, as like, thank you for being on my channel and supporting, and just appreciate you and all that. Sorry guys, but I can't do it. The postage to do all that, and then, you know, like, it's just insane. Send it to the cover. I've got 2 colouring books, you know, I'll send it over. Can't. The book might be worth $15 and the bloody postage is probably about $40. Really? I mean, you know, I buy art supplies and stuff, and I mean, colouring books and things like that. Fair enough. But goes, you know, the art supplies I buy go back into doing art. The junk journaling, well, that's a new thing to me, and I'm obsessed with it. Just all the different papers and pretty little things. I'm just obsessed. Totally obsessed. Some of the pictures of what they're gorgeous. Free downloads and you know, a couple I bought as well, of course, but just beautiful. Obsessed with it. No other word. Just for the highlighted areas. A bit of granite rose. Yeah, I like those colours. I don't even know if I add a bit of grey in there in a couple of places just to make it look dirty. So what have I got? Pablo Granite Rose 493 and Pablo Greyish Black. I think that's 008. Yep. And then, oh, this is a Pablo too. But I keep going to say Bardo. Bordeaux Red 18085. And then that's 3 Pablos, and then Polly Cinnamon 189. Caput Mortem 169. And Medium Flesh 131. God, they're hard to see. Much these days, laughing at again. I know who's been blown the feeling powers and stuff at Major League frustration. Yeah, but it's been going on. It's been, you know, inflation. It's been going up and up and up before he got in. Sherry, it's been happening for a long time, but he's probably made things worse. A lot of the millennials and young operating here in the USA are having to rent instead of being able to own a home. See, it's worldwide. I mean, ordered yarn from Iceland was great priced, added 100 to a cart, went to check out. And bad 96 postage. Yeah, see, that's, isn't it BS? Yeah, that's ridiculous. Yeah. I've done that a couple of times, like checked them out, and that was the same with like Journal Dream, those books. I was like, really? $13 each, Australian $13 each. Really? I was finding it hard to believe. I thought, what's the catch? Wait till I get the checkout and all the rest of it. Yeah, no, it's all good. And I think I got free delivery with what I got. So very happy with that. But I was waiting for it. $13 for this big, good site, like good stickers. Really nice. Beautiful stickers in it. I wanted the other one too, but they'd sold out. that had ferns and plants and, you know, things like that in it. It was really nice as well. But yeah, they'd sold it. Michael's has an alternative Etsy called Marketplace, which involves people making their own things using things provides them all online. No way, but yeah, well, that's what it's like. It's like stamps, $32 up for the stamps, $34 something for delivery. That's just for one, not a set of them, like all three of them. It's just for one. Like, nah. Possible because he's put ridiculous different amounts of tariffs on other countries and import this stuff to the US and hopes the US would start. Like, yeah, it's ridiculous. One of the things which is not going to happen currently or even in the future at all. Yeah, it's really hard here. Even a yarn place called Hobby Stop shipping here. We get left out so much. It's ridiculous. Online hobby in Denmark country nearby is Denmark, and they no longer ship here to Australia. I could so much more. I don't want to bring you all down. It's a very sore subject. I know, Sherry. Yeah, I get really paid off. I get really narky, and the stress of the whole world on my shoulders kind of narky. And not just him, but every other idiot out there as well. And then he thinks he can, yeah, anyway, then he thinks he can tell Putin what to do. And I said to my girlfriend, Putin's not going to listen to him. Putin's going to do what he wants to do. He don't give a shit. If he wanted to stop it, he could have stopped it a long time ago. Shut the F up, Trump. Like, who are you to dictate to the world? And it's just, yeah. Anyway, like you said, it's a sore subject. I just get shitty. Even before these close to the end of the online hobby groups, I never do really shit to anybody when here in the USA at all. I met Taras instead of comment, not directly, because, yeah, it's all, you know, it's all BS. Yeah, no, I get really narky. I do wear the weight of the world on my shoulders. I get really narky. We got an ad here on telly, you know. I don't even really want to talk about it. But, you know, just animals. And no offence to anyone that's ever done it, but shame on you. You know, you go to India with the elephants and they're on the chains and, you know, and the tigers and poking them with a stick just so you can get a damn photo with them and all. Oh, yeah, nah, Heather, shut up. I hate that ad so much. But this is what happens in the world, and I get narky. And then I get that narky about it when the doctor sends me and says, you know, you're pre-diabetic and you need to, your vitamin D is low, and it's like, who gives a shit? Really? Do I really give a shit? And then I think, well, I've got Wes. And I need to use my art supplies. And that keeps me going. Other than that, I'm sorry to whoever's watching my channel or whatever, but it's my personal feelings. And I will not be sorry to leave this godforsaken planet. I'm not coming back here. Oh, no, I'm not. You don't have a choice. I'm not coming back. I've made a deal with the universe. I'll be an angel. I'll help people in need. I'll help animals in need. Whatever. I'll be an angel. I'm not coming back here. So, something that shit to use. Jesus is coming back soon from the looks of things. I hear you, Heather. Yep. Yeah. Anyway, on the brighter side of things, what art have you been doing this week? I'm just gonna. I'm in a foul mood, so yeah. See, now I'm thinking about, you know, what I said before, my art, and I'm not coming back, and that, and I've got to use my art supplies, you know, and all this, and I've got Wes, you know, that keeps me going. But I was going to add to that, and I forgot. Got to be here for him, first and foremost. Yeah, I can't remember. I don't know. I was going to add on to that. But I went back to that because there was something I thought, but I can't remember. Brain fog. If I put modern, is that what it is? Yep. It's a good dirty coloured pink for what I wanted. I'd like to get rid of that black line actually. Yeah, me either. I don't even want to imagine how things will be. It's a joke. Yeah, it is scary. I saw a t-shirt that said, I am just checking outside to see what part of Revelations we are in. Laugh at that. Annoying. Like, yeah, sounds about right. Oh, my coffee's cold. On the brighter side, there's good things. You have, well, not for me, but, you know, you have your family, you have your animals, and just wondering. I mean, on this page over here, she's got pink, and that's her skirt. But I'm just wondering to add another colour. Might keep that one. And that one. Oh, I don't know now. Don't, yeah, maybe a bit of a variation, not keep it exactly the same as her skirt. Just a little bit of difference. What's this one? English red. I'll try that. I'd love another coffee, a fresh coffee. Medium flesh. Emily, you went quiet. I hope we didn't scare her off. I hope I didn't scare her off. Sorry guys, I didn't get a real lot done today. We should be used to that. t-shirt that says no, not today, love it. Wear it every day. See, that's where you see something like that and you love it that much. You get two. So one can go in the wash while you're wearing the other one. I've seen some that say not today, so me too, Pen. Yep, I want to wear it every day. When I visit you, I'll make you a coffee. Thanks, Pen. Are you gonna come? You gonna come here? You're welcome to. I'd give him put fresh, clean sheets on, of course, and give him a bed for you and hubby, and I'll sleep up the front room on the air bed. Poor B, when she come here, I didn't have all I had was the air bed. All I've got is a bedroom and the front room, and the front room is not a bedroom, it's an art room, and of course there's less room in there now than when you were here, B. Because that wall's got my big long thing on it with all stuff in it now. Yeah. It's been altered somewhat. I didn't want a lot of stuff on the carpet. The less it's on the floor, the better for cleaning. You know what excuse me, I hate moving chairs and couches and bloody God knows what to vacuum, and yeah. When you've got an empty house and you clean it, it's just such a pleasure. You don't have to move anything, it's just so easy. But I mean, I'm clean, so, I move my couch and vacuum under the couch and behind chairs and move chairs and always move my art trolley that's there and vacuum under that, and I don't just go around it and surface clean, I do clean. But that drives me up the wall. I just want it simple. And so I didn't want much stuff on the carpet in the front room. And of course it was nice brand new carpet when I moved here, and keep it nice and not have indentations from furniture and and all that sort of stuff. But call it OCD, whatever you like, but that's me. But no, I've got that big white wall display, like your tally, I suppose. I think it was for the tally and that. But it's long. It's only a few feet high, but it's long. So that's in the front now, and all my loom bands are in the drawers in the 3 drawers instead of being in tubs, which drove me up the wall. The tubs are at the garage. I've got other stuff in them now. And that just goes on. Yeah. And the sewing cabinet, that's over at the window. I didn't like it there because when I open the shutters, I can't open them. Not that I do open them, but to clean and open, it was a bit awkward. But because I put the what's-name in there and bit the bullet, and I thought, I can still open it, just not all the way. And of course, I always make sure I've got something over there that Wes can run up the hallway and jump onto and look out the window. And he loves to, pretty sure he does, loves the sewing unit there, because he bolts up the hallway and jumps up on the sewing unit and then opens the shutter. And it must be about at least 20 times a day that I don't shut it, but I bring the shutter back down. And then 5 minutes later, I will look, and he's been back up there, and it's like, well, I want it open. It's like, well, I want it 3/4 closed. It's like, well, I want it open. And it's like, leave the damn thing alone. I want it 3/4 shut. This happens about 20 times every day. They're polys. They're polys. It's a poly. Put more on. Now, where did I have that? I think it was with the pinks. Sometimes you have a colour like that, and it's like, do I put that with the browns or the pinks? I can't remember. So you got to go to your swatching book. See, I found a poly with the Pablos before. And it's like, and then I do something like that, and it's like, now I feel like going through the whole lot after street and checking them all and making sure they're all in there right. That's like, should the kaput mortem be with the pinks or should it be with the browns? It's like, well, maybe after stream, I don't know if it will, but it does get the better of me. And it's like, where do you belong? Do you belong with the browns or do you belong with the purples and pinks? Yeah, anyway. It's good when the names are like English red and but Bordeaux red or whatever, you know. It's like, well, you know, I know they go with the pinks. They're not a red colour. They're not a bright red. They're not a nice red. They're an ugly pink. They go with the pinks. Oh, this is crazy. Oh. Well, I hope she's alright. That 92 a bit fresh. Up at the back, it's been annoying and painful. She ups, it's bumped. Oh, I hope it's just a cyst. Yeah, airbed not great for bad backs. I should have driven and bought my stretcher. I know you weren't real comfortable, sweetheart. I'm sorry. We'll stay. I should have given you my fresh sheets and given you my bed, and I could have slept on the airbed. We'll stay at your motel, hotel, but I'll visit wherever is easiest for you and B. Hubby is going to the movies or something and leave us to talk colour or whatever we decide to do. Oh, okay. That will be lovely, the three of you meeting up. Yeah, can't wait. 18th of January at this stage. Not sure at all when it comes to Hobby's website, and I have been on the main website. When I get there and check out the option to choose the United States and all. Can I add my USA mailing address at all? Will be great to meet Pam and see Heather again. I put mine in colour. Family is in colour with Claire Jones. So looking forward to it. Absolutely. Well, mine are all in. Gotta be in chocolate colours. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, pink, brown. Where's that kaput mortem? There it is. It's a violet. And it is with the purples and pinks. So it's in the right spot. But yeah, all mine are in, gotta be in chakra. Red, orange, yellow, green. Oh, and then, yeah, this is like for the oxide. That oxide sprays, there's 3 of them. And the spray stain, I like the colour of it, but yeah, I don't know, it came out pretty thick. It was probably just me, I think it was late at night, but it's got a nice gold shimmer. And this one is the Spritz Vintage Photo, and I like both of them, and they have a slight bit of a shimmer to them. And then you have the mica. Well, the mica came out really thick like this, and I wasn't real keen on it. I don't need the mica, but I like them, and I like the oxide sprays. And great for just covering the back of a tag or whatever, or paper, and just stick ephemera on top or whatever. It's got good coverage. So I've ordered 5 more of them. And then I added a bit of water because they are water activated, and see what happens. And this is only photocopy paper. But oh my God, it went through. Maybe it was too much water, didn't spray properly. I don't know. But But yeah, all the stains and different, but geez, that went through. Probably wouldn't do it on cardstock or thicker paper because it's only photocopy paper, but oh my god, it went through. And it's like, well, that's kind of a good thing, really. If I'm using thin paper, it colours the other side, and I won't have to do the other side, do I? I've already done. I like that idea. But yeah, so my swatch book. Anyway, that's a job done. I can put Mortimer's in the right spot. Alright, so she's got pink. Let's play. Sort of green will I use? Maybe I won't use that one. Oh, bloody decisions. Come on, girl. Just do it. So Natasha says, gluey. Just call it hubinator. Husbanator. Yeah, husbanator, I think. But when she's talking something like glue it down, she's good. She's got a sense of humour. She's really, really good. May Green 170. Oxide Green Yellowish 173. Just going to test that out, see if I like it. Yeah, no, that'll do. Excuse me. I thought they were swells for a minute. It's like I could have sworn they were flowers, roses or something. They are roses. I want to get into the goodies. But you know, business before pleasure. So I'll get these two done. All I'm going to do is this. And then I can get into the good stuff next week. All the yummy stuff that I can't have, shouldn't have. So I don't want to take tablets. It's like, well, we've just come through winter. The sun will come out and I'll spend some time out in the sun. And I'll start getting some vitamin D. As for cholesterol, start eating porridge and baked beans and low GI and stop eating crap. I haven't done it for a long time, but I bought a jar of mixed berry jam because I felt like toasting jam. So you shouldn't go shopping when you're hungry. Golden rule. And I also bought a jar of hazelnut spread or whatever. This is just a cheaper version of Nutella. It's like, well, if I run out of chocolate, I can get a spoon and just have a spoon of hazelnut spread. And that's my chocky fix. But now that I've got my results back, pre-diabetic. So I've never had bloody trouble with diabetes or anything like that. Blood pressure is usually great. All that sort of stuff. Just I have had low vitamin D before. I did when I was on the farm. Ended up on tablets for a while and got that under control. I'm going to stop eating crap. Don't go to Coles. And I did go shopping last Tuesday after stream and got the better of me. And yet again, it's probably the third time, and usually they're good, but I walked into Coles and half their bakery is empty. There's no, and lately I don't know why, but I've had this thing for the pizza rolls. Like bacon and pineapple and that on them, and they're really fresh. And I've been eating them a couple of times. Walk in there, there's no one there, and I'm like, you got security cameras in there? What the hell? The shelves are empty. This is ridiculous. It's about the third time. And the lady in the bakery, she was bagging up stuff, and I looked and they were the Hawaiian rolls. It's like, oh, are they the Hawaiian rolls? Can I have one of those, please? She goes, yep, I'll just put a tag on it for you. And then she gave it to me, and I go, yeah, I don't really want that one. It's like, it's too overcooked for me. I don't like them when they're that hard and dark. They weren't bad, but I like them when they're gold, you know, like beautiful cooked gold colour, like her face sort of really yummy colour. Anyway, she picked it up. She goes, oh, they're all the same. And I thought, and I'm looking at one, I'm thinking, no, that one looks better. Anyway, she picked it up. She goes, oh, no, this one's better. I felt saying, no, because I was looking at it. So she took the one back she gave me. I was going to say, don't worry about it, I don't want one. I don't want them that cooked. I don't like it like that. I'm not jealous at all. Pam, laugh out loud. I do have to scoot, ladies. Hugs to you all later, loves. Bye, Sherry. Thank you very much for being here, darling. Have a good week. And give Felix a cuddle for us. Brittany, I just want to website and ask help, and it said yes and gave instructions on how to buy an address. Here, Brittany, asking here. Thank you for putting the link up for a B. I love my area. It's one of my favourite colours. It is a nice green. Sand next week. My favourite colour is purple. My favourite colour is black. Who would have guessed? Purple for me also. So wait, did you say you have type 2 diabetes? No, I'm pre-diabetic. Pre-diabetes. So, you know, borderline getting it. Like, yeah. So if I cut the crap out now and stop eating crap, I've never had trouble with any of that. Never. Never ever had trouble with any of that. But obviously now I do. Borderline. So, yeah, gotta be a good girl. Stop eating crap. I'm just looking what colour do I want her roses. I think I'll do them a dark. I don't know, I want them a dark colour, but I don't want them bright pink. That's a Bordeaux red that I keep using anyway. Maybe. Oh, hang on. That might be a better colour. What after? Oh, you can be that for years and years. Yeah. Yeah, I've never had trouble. There's probably once, I think, in my life I've had high blood pressure. Was it high or low? I can't even remember that. Usually perfect. And she checked it when I was there the other week and it looked perfect. I don't usually, because, you know, I don't hold things back, as you know. I'll let it all out. Let the pressure off. So I've never had trouble with that. I was joking when I said that. Yeah, I haven't had trouble with any of that until now. No, I think that's a bit too close, actually. Maybe a little bit of, right. It's too close as well. Fine. I'll try a bit of light ochre 032. Yeah, that's better. You can pass it off as a really light pink. Yeah, that's better. Anyway, let's get my car sorted, find out if it's okay. And it's like, oh, we might have to put a new motor in it. And I'm like, oh, what the hell? Like, I hope not. I hope my car's fine. But then a car. I don't like asking for favours. I don't want to ask someone if I have to drop my car off. It's like, you got a courtesy car. I don't want to have to ask anyone, can you come to Geelong and pick me up? I've got to take my car in. I'll leave my car. I'm so independent. I don't like it relying on people or asking people for anything. Yeah, I like those colours. This is, that's what I want. Then I have to decide what colour I want for the main fabric. Every day I've got up and it's like, right, I'll get stuck in because I've got a journal on order at the moment that I'm doing. And there's no hurry because she doesn't need it till October. But every day I get up, right, today I'm going to get stuck into it. And every day has ended up being a distraction. But that's long term, it's not just the last few days or whatever. This is all the time now. It's like, right, I'm going to get up today and I'm going to get stuck into that. Even when I was colouring more, like, yeah, right, get up today and get stuck into that. By the time you get up and do your morning chores, feed the cat, make your bed, all that sort of stuff. Make your cuppa, your coffee, whatever. Quickly check your emails, iPad, open up laptop, check a few other things. And then you see something else. There's something else. And it's like, here goes another day. And I'm just not get up. Do a few quick chores, daily morning chores that you need to do and get on with it. That rarely happens for me now. Always distractions now. Oh, I forgot his sleeve. Be pole dancing with. It's dark in there. What colour is this? Dark carmine. Maybe I'm looking at even maybe white. I don't know. Nah. No, I won't do it white. Good on you, Lulu. Fancy myself here eating cookies. Yes. We used to get a courtesy car. Did you ask them if they have one? Yeah, I will when I actually take the car in. I'll ask them if they've got a courtesy. They do have a courtesy car that they drive you around. They'll take you down the street or wherever you need to go or whatever. But I doubt they're going to bring me St Leonard's. And if they say like we'll drive you to the bus stop, and it's like no, because when I get to St Leonard's, I've still got to walk home, and that's not happening. So you better have a courtesy car. But yeah, no, I'll deal with all that when I take my car. But I'm going to ring them and see if I can still get in on the 4th. And because they said the update's in September, well, I booked in for the 4th. But it might not be available then either. I'm going to have to wait longer. It's like, so I'm driving around in a car that can likely go. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I hope there's nothing wrong with it. It seems to be good, but I don't know. I was like that, very independent, but now I rely on my family support worker. NDIS cancer. Yep. Me too, Pan, but I only have family with no NDIS. I'm not to drive, still have any license, but there's medical restrictions, no driving. You definitely should apply for these, probably mental health stuff, first, diabetes, pain, fibromyalgia. I can still drive, just don't like to. Can you apply even with high income? I'd go nuts if I couldn't drive. Oh my god, I love driving. Oh, yeah, crazy. No, I love driving. I would not be a happy chappy. Probably should have sharpened this. Don't know that I like it. I might lightly go over. Middle purple pink. 1, 2, 5. Yeah, I love. Yeah, I can't imagine having your independence taken away from you, and it happens to people all the time. Oh my god, I just. Oh. Don't have family, don't have, like that support or anything, and it's like, yeah, I'd lose my shit. Alright. Dark, huh? I probably should have done it that dark. Now, this scarf. This is a pretty pin. I might use that. $10.57. Still don't have one. Sure, Kansas ability to discriminate so everyone can. Then yeah, I should look into it. We got a message the other day. Now they're gonna have a crackdown on people who have got whoever living here. You're only supposed to have 2 people living in the house. That's the contract. That's what you sign when you move in. And yet people do have their kids, like adult kids, sons, whoever, living here. And there's a couple that have had their sons or whatever living here for over 12 months. Anyway, we got a message the other day that they're going to crack down on that. There's only supposed to be 2 people in the house and all this stuff. So this is going to be interesting to see what happens. I'm still trying to make that out. It's 125. Anyway, it's middle purple pink. And the other one is dark carmine 089. So I'm going to play around with both and see what colour I like. So yeah, we'll see what happens, eh? Yeah, there's been a few that have had people living here, and I even heard yesterday that there's people that have had people living here and boarding in a room, renting a room out. And that's a big no-no on the contract. That's like, So and I was like, well, are they making money? Oh no, lifestyle won't like that. So it's going to be interesting. Yeah, no, you can't rent a room out. You can't go away and use it as a B&B. You can't go away on a holiday and have people, you know, make money renting it out. You can't do it any of it. But obviously people are. And then when we moved in here, it's 50s and over resort style living and no ramps out the front and blah, blah, blah. And even when I read it, I thought, that's discrimination. And no one knows what's around the corner. Anything could happen. Anyway, this lady got a ramp put in. She fought them legally. And it's like, well, it's basic human rights. And, you know, you don't know what's around the corner. You could end up, you know, needing assistance, end up in a wheelchair or anything. You're not allowed to have a ramp out front. It's, you know, not aesthetic to the eye. You can have it in your garage or go around the back or something, but you can't have it at the front. So she fought them, and she won. And some people are really, really nasty to her, won't talk to her and all sorts of stuff. And because she's done that, it's opened a can of worms, because there'll be others that are going to need it as well or want one in. She's got one in, and it's like, oh my God, your mother-in-law is so lucky getting out of lifestyle. I mean, it's got its good points here too as well, you know, like $4 something, $4.37, $4.68, $6 or something for water a month. I ain't complaining about that. I love the water. I'm happy with the water. Because if you're out, you know, in suburbia, you got water rates plus usage. In here, you just pay for usage. And you got, you know, water rates, usage, sewerage, all that stuff. In here, you just pay for the usage of the water. That's it. So, you know, it's got good and bad points. You should look into it. You definitely should. My adult daughter is living here with me. It's our home, so no rules about having them, but the owners need to be over 55, although I'm 57 and have been here for 7 years. Yeah, no, you're only allowed to have 2 animals, and I know there was one lady not long after I moved here that I'd been here a while, but she goes, no, I've got 2 cats, 2 dogs, and I looked at her and I thought, you're only supposed to have 2. I said, does lifestyle know? She goes, yeah, they said it was okay. And I thought, I don't know about that. It's in the, you know, it's not a big place. Most of these houses don't have big backyards for big animals, big dogs. You know, cats running around, you've got to have a cat net, keep them confined. You know, it's just like, yeah, I don't know about that one. But anyway, that's what she said, and I wasn't going to certainly do anything about it, but I didn't necessarily believe her that lifestyle said it was okay. I was like, well, it's in the contract. You're only supposed to have 2. So how are they telling you that, yeah, it's okay? So if it's okay for you, then it's okay for everyone else. You know? Like I said to a friend yesterday, the rules got to apply to everyone. Like, you can't have favouritism, or, yeah, you can have your son living here, but no, you can't. But my son's got a disability. Yeah, okay, they can live here, but yours can't. You know, like, double standards, you know, yeah. Said to my friend yesterday, it's a really hard one because you don't want your kids out in the street. No one wants to see their kids out on the street, you know, homeless, and what a horrible, horrible situation to be in. But on the other hand, you sign the contract and you agree to it. And it, you know, it does say in the contract that if anything happens and you need, you know, then maybe you should look at alternative living. In other words, sell or don't sign up and don't move in here. That is in the contract, you know. Like, so I don't have that problem. Me and the cat. That's it. But I feel sorry for those who do have themselves in that situation. It's like, my daughter has lost her job. She's, you know, got nowhere to go. She's going to be homeless. Can't find anywhere to rent is impossible, you know, as we all know. What do you do? Like, oh. Yeah, I think this is good. Just going lightly over with the dark carmine, but using it very lightly. I'm using it that lightly. I can even go over the top of the green and it doesn't matter. I've got to decide what I'm going to do with this little bit of a background in here. Now I could get out of tulip art, get rid of some of these black lines. And call it a day. And make myself a fresh coffee. I can't deal with people if I can't deal with people. I'm so antisocial and got no time for BS. I keep myself to myself. I've never been happier. Just family, hubby, fur babies. You and me both, Lulu. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I've been on my own for so long, and like I moved back home, parents and everything, they passed away, and then so I was there alone. Then I moved to the farm, which was even better. Shut myself up behind a cyclone fence away from society was just heaven for me. Loved it. The only time if I needed to go out and do shopping or whatever, you know, people didn't come and visit me, so it was really good. The bitch up the road, you know, go and help her out, but you know, she'd probably been to my house once. And a few, you know, a couple of others, and it's like, yeah, this is good. I can come home and know that I could be left in peace. It's awesome. My village is great. All levels, so no ramps needed. Yeah, no, we have about 3 steps, either 2 or 3 steps to get up the front door. Because it's supposed to be 50s and over resort style living, but they've realised now that it's more into retirement, care, old, you know. I knew that about 4-6 months after I moved in here and go, what the hell have I done? I didn't want a retirement village, a 50s and over resort style independent living. Yes, I'm getting older, but I'm not there yet. There are activities every day and no push to attend anything or not. We only have one lady who causes trouble. We have a few that can cause trouble here, but you know, they do have activities every day. I think people have backed off a bit. There's been a couple of cancelled classes, whether it be yoga or whatever, because of lack of attendance or whatever the case may be. I haven't been over the pool for a long time, and there's no push whether you do or don't do anything or whatever. There's always one Pam, bitch up the road. I got 2 right across the road. directly across the road. I would love to have been a fly on the wall that day when she tried to, can I have the car for the week? And the manager, Harry's like, no. She's like, but everybody loves me in here. And it's like, who gives a shit? They love you so much, go and use their cars. Like, I would love to have, but anyway, yeah, all I know is that he kicked her out. Get out of reception, leave, get out. But I would love to have been on fly on the wall and actually heard the conversation and what was actually said and listen to her trying to suck up to him and brown nose and manipulate and that wasn't happening. Oh my God, I would have paid to have seen that. But it'd be fantastic. I'm not. Oh. Pinks and red. Oh my God, I would have paid to have seen that. I don't know if that's too pink, that one or that one. Looks like I've only really got. Let's see. Oh, I'm loving my Tully arts. They've been so well behaved. Maybe I should have picked a darker one. There isn't really a darker one there. Well, there is, but not in the right shade. They're all too bright. Oh, bloody hell, I missed a bit again. This will do. There's always that little bit in the corner or somewhere that you miss. So, oops, got to put the lid on straight away. Yeah, I think that pink is too bright. Wipe the nib and put it away. Been working really nicely. What number is that? 8. Yeah, not too bright. I should have shaken it more. Hello, you. I absolutely love it here. It's lovely and quiet. What you been doing, View? Thank you for being here. You're lucky you just caught me, actually. Yeah, this one's not as bright as the other one. This is better. But only in certain spots you get up against the dark. It does for the outline anyway. Looks alright. Never looking at black lines. I can be patient about some things and some things not. And one of them is to just go over all black lines cover everything up. It's like, no. I mean, let's face it, in reality, we know the bloody lines are there. Really. But it looks really good when they are gone. This one is a bit, needs more of a shake, I think. I've been having a good summer growing veggies. Oh yeah, still colouring. Just got Merry Christmas book from Heather Colour. Hope it all is well with you. Well, what are you colouring in lately? For me, I've been colouring in dark fairy tales. But if you're talking to Lulu, I have no idea what she's been colouring actually. Well, it's got rid of the back lines a bit, but gee, I think it needs a really good shape. It seems a bit watery. You have to make an appointment with the doctors and I have to ring up about my car and I know I need to deal with it and get it and done with, but oh, I hate dealing with stuff. Hear that wind? It's a bit crappy outside. It does make a difference just getting rid of those black lines. So much better. So they start and then it's like, well, there you have a bloody work too much. That's a good match for the base colour of the actual material itself. It blends in really well. So much so you can't see the creases. Yeah? Very similar to whatever it was I used as the base. Anyway, let it thoroughly dry and I could probably go over with a pencil. Okay, I need another fresh coffee in this mug. Oh, I do? I am good, trying to add more whips to completion in my life. Way to go, girl, you're on a mission. Alright guys, okay, let me get that up. Makes a difference really, but I'll zoom out a little bit. There we go. Yep, I got a whole lot done as usual. I'm doing nothing, laugh out loud. Watch a movie. uh, yeah, I did watch. I'm trying to think. I did watch something the other day. I think. Can't remember. Oh, it was absolute crap. Backwater or something, and these four people went camping in the desert. It was. Yeah, I'd rather watch Nope again. I think how it was crap. There's blood and gore in it, but oh my god, it was like, like a home movie and getting ready to go and all. It was just BS at the start. The whole thing was BS, but yeah, when they actually got out there and you couldn't, yeah, something was having a go at them, and it was crap. Don't worry about it. It was crap. Backwater, I think it was called Backwaters, and yeah, the four of them disappeared. Like, three of them ended up with heads on a stick out in the middle of the desert. And the other one, well, he chopped his willy off and then he disemboweled himself and he's walking across the, like, you know how you got the desert and the plain and you've got all the cracks where there was water but it's all dry and cracked. Anyway, and then that was the end of it, sort of thing. And it's like, well, he should have bled out by now anyway. It was just, it was crap. And anyway, to end on that note, have a lovely day, whatever you're doing, or evening, or whatever, and disregard what I just said for the last 3 minutes. Oh, yeah, I don't know. It was a crap movie. It was called Backwaters. I don't recommend it, but if you want to check it out and wonder what the hell I was, and just, fast forward through the whole damn thing, because it's just, especially the first half hour or something, it's just, yeah, it's just like a home movie. It's crap. Have a lovely week, guys. Don't do anything I wouldn't do stupid, like going shopping and buying stuff that, you want, you need, but you shouldn't be buying it. You know what I mean? Smoke is good. It's on Apple. I reckon The Beekeeper is good with Jason Statham. That is a good action movie. And I laugh when that van or car, whatever it was, went off the bridge. That was just hilarious. Couple of funny bits in it. I'm watching Critical Role, but Bell's Hells at the moment. Okay, this sounds different. I've got a few movies now on Prime, but you have to rent or buy, and I'm not doing it. Alien Prometheus, As Above, So Below, The Pyramid, and there's Wolfman. I've seen the thing to that. Richard Milkins did a thing, and that looked really good. Yeah, but you have to rent or buy. I'm not paying $34 or $20 to rent or whatever. I'd rather go to JB and buy it and own it and have it on my shelf, which I don't do anymore. Anyway, enough rambling, which is all I've done for 2 hours and 23 minutes. Take care of yourselves, have a lovely week, get those whips done or create more, whichever the case may be. Whatever makes you happy. It's a D&D game by Critical Role. Okay, enjoy. See ya. Keep shopping, keep colouring, and enjoy everyone. Yeah, you all keep doing that. You take Pam's advice. I'm not. I am not shopping. Take care, guys. I probably will get. No, I can't. I have to stop. I've got to get couple of inks from the printers, yeah. And then, yeah, anyway. Oh dear, yes, I will probably get myself into trouble somewhere along the line. Take care, guys. Love you to bits. See you next week.